It's me again. So, I work for a hardware store, and it's a big hardware store, and they do some really weird corporate stuff. One of the big corporate things they do is if an item doesn't sell for a while, they will just kind of clearance it out, and if it doesn't go away, they'll literally throw it out. But before they do, occasionally, they will ask their employees if they want to buy it at ridiculously cheap prices. And that's where I am today. So, a couple weeks ago, I got this Lincoln Electric acetylene torch. Original price $2.99. I got it for $50. So, it didn't have the gas with it, which I had to go to my local Roberts Oxygen Supply Company to get oxygen. It was like $67 for the actual fuel. So now that I'm all set up, I can actually do a project that my brother has been asking me to do. So he needs a particular bracket, and it's a really simple thing. All I have to do is make a kind of indent, outdent type of deal. But I was trying to use this map gap. The map gas only really just heated it up. And I really didn't get near as much heat to bend it as I wanted. And this is as good as a angle as I could get it. I kind of need it flatter than this. So, now that I've done all the research on how to use the acetylene torch, I'm going to attempt to use this for this purpose. I'm not cutting anything, I just need to get it hot enough, which as like a basic function, this torch is perfect for. So this is technically my second time using it because I just tested everything out just to make sure I wouldn't explode myself on camera. There are a couple good YouTube channels that actually explain how to use this stuff properly, so I'm not going into all the safety stuff because it really all depends on the welder you have, the tips you're using, all the crazy stuff. All I know is when you start it, you want to use the acetylene first and then put on the oxygen. Make sure all your pressures are right, make sure your hoses are purged of any air that might be in them, that sort of thing. So I guess I'll start and show you what I got. So here are my gauges. I have my acetylene here and the oxygen with the green. You really can't mix them up because they have the threads on here backwards. Like, it's threaded backwards. So what you do first is you turn on your acetylene. Only a half to 3/4 of a turn. And I'm going to turn on the acetylene here, make sure my pressure is still accurate. Turn that off. And now I am going to open, this one's particularly hard to get. Open the oxygen all the way because it's supposed to seat on the top. Granted, where I have these tanks is not particularly great where the bracket for the support beam is. Alright, and I will check that as well. Good. And I'm using a, what was it, A1C tip. So I got my gloves, my goggle, and obviously this is the cheap one that came with it. I have better goggles elsewhere, but this is all I could find right now. So, and this is always the part that scares me, open the acetylene, just about a 1/4 turn, turn on the gas. Woo! That stuff is hot. Turn it off here real quick. I don't like that popping. Maybe I gotta purge it a little bit longer. try it again. Alright, that seems better. Now we'll turn on my oxygen. Get that cone down. And we will try to heat this guy up. I've got it marked here on the other side. Ooh, shoot. So I went a little hard, and it actually melted through. Well, I'm trying to bend this. I'm not trying to, melt it. All right, try this again. Oh shoot. I screwed up. I bent it the wrong direction. I'll have to put it through my press to get it flat again. Dang it. So I re-welded that hole. And hopefully we don't have to do that again. cracked again on the weld. Just re-weld it. It's not a big deal. So this will just definitely be one of those things that I'm going to have to learn over time and get better at. Because there is quite a few things that I have questions of and I still can't quite figure out the answers of. But it's nothing major. It's just how to get the proper flame on these. But like I said, it's a learning process as long as I don't do anything dangerous that would cause myself to explode. That's about right. It's not perfect. Oops. Definitely not perfect. But it'll be what he needs. And it'll be the strength he needs. Especially once I weld that spot up that cracked on me. So, I guess I'll do the rest off camera. You don't need to see this. This was just my first experience with a oxyacetylene torch. To be completely honest, it scares me. Probably won't use it that much. There's no burning my glove there. There's not a whole lot of things that I'm confident using this for, except for cutting very thick pieces of metal, and maybe if I have to weld anything that's aluminum. But it's not going to stay in this building. I have a separate shed that I'm keeping it in that, just in case any of the gas leaks out, I don't want it in this main building. So, I think that pretty much covers it for this video. I hope you got a little bit of information out of this. Again, don't take just my word for it, especially if you're trying this out for the first time. Again, I have no idea what I'm doing for the most part. There's a lot more professional people on YouTube that know how to use this, and I always say, look for multiple sources, don't just look at one person. So, good luck and don't explode.